I kept telling my dancers that on stage you have to be free. You should never think. You should behave like an animal.
Right, right.
So how much you think, how much you are aware of it. Despite that it's set choreography, but there's still freedom at that specific moment on stage. But it's not decided by thinking.
Right, right.
And there's something very intuitively, at that moment it has to go there, and that's very precious.
Right. I think it's, people misunderstand sometimes. People say like, oh, improvisation, you can do whatever you want to do. Right? And I always tell them, no, it's just the other way around. It's not really whatever you want to do. It's restricting yourself to the honesty to open up the idea. So it's not like you don't know what's going on. You know exactly what's going on when you're improvising. And it's, I think I find it hard to explain that idea to people. So I think it's a fine line of being trained and being free at the same time.
And for dancers, being free sometimes means to throw away the mirror. Some people will say, I'm crazy. In Songs of the Wonders, it's an Indian story, basically with Taiwanese rites, with slow motion movement, but the music's from Georgia. People say, why from Georgia? I just said that I just couldn't find anything more suitable. The feeling is there, and so we walk together.
I think we see these different kind of music as a spiritual essence more than the style. So, so to me, also, style is not that important. It's more about, if it's from Georgia, there's a spiritual essence because I also use a lot of Chicago music influence into things that I do, whether I'm making a movie or directing a group or making my band play. It's always a spiritual essence. So the style is not really an issue with me.
Each piece, each dance has different things to say. So sometimes I will use Johann Sebastian Bach's music, or John Cage, or Arvo Pärt, or some folk songs. But all the way through, I hope that we make a conversation.
I grew up in a geisha house, so.
And when they're performing, you are sitting.
I just watch. Yeah.
You just watch like that.
I just watch them perform. Then my grandmother would give me a shamisen, sanshin, Then say, here, you try this. And that's how I learned to play. So my house was Japanese classical music and the jazz, the big band, the jazz music.
That's a wonderful combination.
And that was my attraction of the mixture of all these things, yes.
Sometimes when I was called choreographer, I said, what are you talking about? And I never think I'm an artist. I think I'm just a worker.
This idea of artist was very Western idea, very American to be an artist. Because in Japan, there weren't really artists. I think they're sort of considered a craftsman, right? I think I learned that to be like an artist here.
And I like the story like Michelangelo. You know, I think people said that he worked so hard that he didn't even take off his shoes when he goes to bed. And when his shoes was really broken, they have to peel his skin off from his feet in order to. And I think that's me. Okay, I'm such a worker. I'm a worker. I'm not an artist.